Good morning. In this class, we're discussing about a new topic of renewable energy technology. So now we can discuss the what are the explorations of the small hydro and the thermal energy. Okay. So this unit we have to cover the basic concepts of how the ocean and the thermal energy is working, and what are the basic things and types we have to using for generating the electricity for the this data. So this topic we have to cover the one of the few concepts we have to discussing on below. Now move on the topic, but we discuss the one by one. Yes. So the first of all, we want to recall the topic. Okay. So now if you know that we are introducing the small hydro and tidal energy. Yes, correct. So what we have to discussing that here. So here this presentation we have to importance about our roles about the how is this small hydro and tidal energy or variable renewable source are working. Okay. So why is it called as a renewable energy sources? Okay. And also we have to overall working of the principle and highlights the significance benefits, okay, for you can view in terms of your sustainability, okay, and also we have to minimize the environmental impact also. That is a very important one. So that's why we have to going for the renewable energy sources, and also we have to challenging the we have to addressing the challenging by faces any issues or any discussing the future potential. We have to meet the need for the sustainability. So that's why we have to planning for the we have to take these small portions here. And the next topic is we are taking about the introduction of the small hydro. So when we are to discussing the small hydro, okay, what are the main element of how we are to discussing now is, so how is it defined? How is can be scaled down? Okay, how is it global applications and technology overview? Okay, so the first of all we have to moving for the define and scale. Okay, the small hydro is a hydro power plant. The hydro is a fluid or water. Okay, this a project can be generating up to the 10 megawatts. Okay, and also it can be provided the energy solutions suitable for the rural area and while the minimum environmental impact. So there is a very minimum loss of the environment impact will be there. So that is the scale and define and scale. And we have to move for the technology overview. So we want to utilize the water. Okay, then only we have to derive the energy from this electricity. We have to convert this potential energy is equal to the kinetic energy. Okay, so that we have to utilize the water flow of the river or stream. Okay, by offering the employing the turbines and generating the kinetic energy into the electricity efficiency and the sustainability. So when move for the global applications, the small hydro systems are operate the worldwide and powering the remote communicately, and also industry and agriculture operations, and enhance the energy availability and reliabilities. So now move for the tidal energy explanation. Explain. So here we are to discuss the three major points. The one is the basic principle, and what are the types of technology we have to apply for the tidal energy, and what are the current projects there in the tidal energy. So the first of all, the tidal energy is a harness the gravitational pulling of the moon and sun. Yes, the converting the tidal movement is converted as electricity by using of the underwater by using turbine or barrages. So the types of technology, the moving for the technology, we have to using the key terms are including the tidal stream system, and which are they capture the flow of tidal and tidal drain system, which is the exploit the different in the high and low tidal level of the energy generations. Okay, so now we can move for the current scenario. What are the project we have to coming for the tidal energy? Okay, so like a promoted the tidal energies project such as a Lens tidal power system in France and Maikin Chen's project in Scotland, demonstrating potential for the large scale energy productions. And what are the benefits for the small hydro and the tidal energy? So we have the basic concept and principle we have to study. How is a hydro is working? How is a tidal is working? Okay. Now we can move for the benefits for the individual stage of energy. So coming the common points of the both things is, the first one is renewable and sustainable. The second one is the impact, the economic impact. And third one is minimal environmental footprint. Okay, so when we go for the renewable sustainable, so the both the energy source can be contribute the reducing the greenhouse of the emissions. So when it coming for the economic impact, they create the local job and they stimulate the economic developments also. And also the minimal ecological impact compared to the large hydro projects. So these are the summarize of your our topic. Okay. So when we're going for the summarization, so these are the main components, main points that we are discussing now. Okay. Yes, the small hydro tidal energy. What are the classifications? We have to introduce in these small hydro and the tidal. What is the tidal energy? We have to explain, and the benefits we have to explain, and the changes and limitations and future potential innovation and conclusions. Okay. So now we can move for the introduction, the small hydro. So it can be further classified as to introduction, technology overview, and a global application. It can be furtherly we have to discuss. Yes. For example, if a small hydro plant, what is the maximum power is generated is up to the 10 megawatts. Likewise, we have to discuss in the few points on this. Okay. So next we move for the what are the conclusions and the summaries of this case. So what are the challenges and limitations? Okay. So the first one is the environment concern and regularity hurdles and the high initial cost. Okay. So these are the challenging we have to working on these challenges. We have to eliminate the major costs. Okay. So the first of all, we can go for the environment concerns. The small hydro can be disrupt the local economic system and aquatic life, while the tidal energy project may affect the marine habits. Is the navigation rotates. Okay, the regularity had the adults called as securing the permit, the navigating the regularity framework can be complex and time consuming, hindering the project's development and deployments. The high initial cost we have go for that. The significant the upfront capital is often the required for the infrastructure development, the posing the barrier to entry for the small developer, so the underfunded regions. Okay, so the conclusion of the small hydro and tidal energy. So one is where we are focusing on the growing importance and the call to action and the vision for the futures. Okay, so the growing the importance is we have to discussing the as a world can be shifting the focusing or toward the sustainable energy, so that the small hydro and tidal energy has become a profitable is a minimum environmental impact while meeting the growing the energy demands. For the calling the actions, stakeholders, including policymakers, investors, and communities, there should be a collaborative to promote the adaptive technologies, ensure these the renewable energy sources are effectively harnessed for the future generations. So the vision for the future. So the by the investing in the supporting small hydro and the tidal energy in initiatives, we can contribute the cleaning and the most sustainable energy landscape worldwide. Yes, thank you.